Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we will be looking into the 12th hadith, which is regarding what is obligatory for the fasting person to leave off. What is obligatory for the fasting person to leave off. أن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الصيام جنة فلا يرفث ولا يصخب وفي رواية ولا يجهل وإن امرؤ قاتله أو شاتمه فليقل إني صائم مرتين متفق عليه. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, fasting is a shield. So the fasting person should avoid obscenity, should not behave foolishly, and in another narration he should not behave ignorantly. And if someone fights him or insults him, let him say, I am fasting twice. That is to say, I am fasting. Inni sa'imun. The hadith is evidence that the fasting person is requested to guard his fast and to withhold from what is contradictory to fasting. That is done by adorning oneself with noble manners and distancing oneself from evil ones, so that the fasting can produce the desired results and the forgiveness that is promised for it can occur. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, من لم يدع قول الزور والعمل به والجهل فليس لله حاجة فيه أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. Whoever does not give up false speech, acting according to it, and behaving ignorantly, then Allah is not in need of him leaving his food and drink. This hadith is reported by Bukhari. So, the explanation of this hadith, we'll look into it. His statement, fasting is a shield, means it will cover you and protect you from what you fear. The meaning is, fasting protects its companion from disobedience in this life, and it is a shield from disobedience which will have an effect in the next life. How? It will be a shield from hellfire. So because it is a shield of disobedience in this life, this protection will also make it a shield from hellfire. The Prophet ﷺ said, the Prophet ﷺ said, الصيام جنة كجنة أحدكم من القتال. Fasting is a shield, just like a shield one of you has for fasting. This hadith is reported in An-Nasai. So it is a clear evidence for the virtue of fasting. So his statement, the Prophet ﷺ statement, so the fasting person should avoid obscenity. What means to avoid obscene speech? And it also means ejaculation by sexual intercourse or by touching with desire. So this should be avoided. The Most High said, أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ لَيْلَةَ الصِّيَامِ أَرَفَثَ إِلَى نِسَائِكُمْ, which means it has been made lawful for you to have sexual relationships with your wives on the night of the fasting. This is the verse of Surah Al-Baqarah. Many scholars said what is intended in this hadith is vulgar and foul speech. The second statement is that he should not behave foolishly, which means he should not be yelling and screaming and talking over one another. And the third statement is, and he should not behave ignorantly. The intent of ignorance here is the opposite of patience. He should be patient. He should not behave ignorantly. That is, he does not do anything from the actions of ignorance like yelling or acting insolent and the likes. And the fourth statement, let him say, I am fasting. What is the benefit of this statement? It means if someone disputes with him, argues with him, or insults him, he should not treat him the way he was treated. Rather, he should say, I am fasting. Perhaps the one arguing with him will refrain from fighting him and cursing him when he hears, Inni sa'imun, since he knows that he will not be victorious due to him fasting. Truly, the accepted fast is actually the fasting of the limbs from the sins. So the accepted fasting is what? It is the fasting of the limbs from sins, the fasting of the tongue from lying and obscenity, and the fasting of the stomach from food and drink, and the fasting of the private parts from sexual relationships and touching women. Fasting is an instructional school teaching forbearance, patience, and truthfulness. It encourages noble manners and virtuous statements and actions. The fasting person does not behave foolishly, does not speak nonsense, does not get angry, nor does he speak lies or falsehood. Rather, his statements are words of remembrance, and his silence is a reflection. So he speaks. When he speaks, he is in zikr. And when he is in silence, he is in contemplation and reflection. Indeed, the time of the fasting person is too precious and valuable to spend on destructive matters, which lessen the reward of the one fasting and strips fasting in its reality. And Allah knows best. اللهم اهدنا سبل السلام ونجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وجنبنا الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وأبصارنا وقواتنا وأزواجنا وأولادنا وأموالنا واغفر اللهم لنا ولوالدينا ولجميع المسلمين. O Allah, guide us to the ways of peace, bring us from the darkness into light, distance us from obscenity, what is apparent from it and what is hidden. Bless us in our hearing, our sight, and our strength, our wives, our children, and our wealth. And forgive us, O Allah, our parents, and all the Muslims. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.